Christites, we are back with yet another episode of CJC Talks, here to present to you one of the many talents and passions harbored here in Christ Junior College. Gymnastics is an art that combines flexibility, strength, agility, and grace. It harmonizes body movements with choreographed music. Today's episode features Rhea Bhansali of 2CAMEL and her journey throughout the years of being a profound gymnast. Let's ask her a few questions and know more about the art. Hi Rhea, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Okay, so the very first question being, what motivated you to be a gymnast?
As in sense of a motivation, there was no real motivation. I joined gymnastics as a way to spend my day not watching TV throughout. So I started gymnastics with the only motivation of getting involved in a regime or a sport in a daily life, and that's what motivated me, you can say, to be a gymnast.
Truly, yeah, that's a very good reason. So, what was the hardest part of being a gymnast? I mean, you started off very early, right? So, was it hard being a gymnast at such a young age?
I wouldn't say it was hard being a gymnast at the young age, but it is definitely hard to cope up now. You can say peer pressure, and it takes a lot of sacrifices to become a sports person at that level. So I think not at the young age, and somewhat now it's getting hard to cope up because there are other things you always want to do, and then you can't give up on your practice also.
You have other passions as well, right? So do you love dancing or singing, anything like that?
Not really, not into that much. But maybe activities in college, sometimes come in the way of gymnastics, and it's all about balancing it out.
Okay, so on the question of balancing, how do you balance studies and gymnastics?
Good question. So I've been doing it from second grade. So somewhere I've gotten the hang of it, getting up early. Because I know because I want to do gymnastics doesn't mean I can leave my studies. Right. It's the number one rule in the place where I practice, that only if you can study, you get to compete. Right. So I think right from when I started, I've been always taught how to handle both studies and gymnastics.
So when did you start? I mean, where did you start your training?
I started this place called Sports Promotion Association in Jain.
It's a private?
It's a private club,
okay.
But we do take part in federation competitions as well. And discipline is one of the most important thing there, and that's how I've learned how to balance studies and gymnastics.
So did you have a personal trainer, or was there a general trainer for you?
So we have a general trainer. So my coach is Manohar Kamath.
Okay.
And has been training, I think, from the age he was 15, and
okay.
he trains till today. And it's a completely charity-based organization where he trains gymnasts. I think he's trained more than 200 gymnasts.
So cool. Okay, so what is the most interesting thing about being a gymnast?
I think the most interesting thing of being a gymnast is how we've learned to balance life. And they say gymnastics is the mother of all sports. So I think it has taught me personally how to, give my best in everything I do. And I've learned that winning is not important, but what matters is, you enjoy what you're doing.
So it was mentioned in your profile that you were a part of Thailand training program, right? Can you give us some insights about it?
So I went to Thailand for a month for training of rhythm and gymnastics. There was this Russian school run by 2 Russian ladies. So I went in summer of my 9th grade, and I had to stay there for a full period of 1 month, and I was alone.
Oh.
So the whole training used to be of, I think, 6 hours. It was 3 hours in the morning followed by 3 hours in the evening, and it was that is one place where I learned how important it is to be controlling yourself in spite of hard phases in life. So I didn't know the language there, nor I knew the people, and it was very hard to communicate there. So that whole 1 month of struggle almost made me leave gymnastics.
Okay.
But the spirit and the strength the sport gives you, kept me continuing gymnastics, and this is where I'm today.
Okay. So did you have a guide or a trainer to guide you through Russia?
Yeah, so luckily one of the coach knew how to speak English, so that was one way, she guided me throughout.
So talking about your trainer, how do you think he placed an impact in your career as a gymnast?
Okay. So my coach, he's a man of discipline. As you know, we have a very strict regime in our place that you can't come late, you can't take off, and stuff like that. These might seem like very small things, but somewhere in life they teach you very important things. That how sticking onto things helps you achieve outcomes that you always wanted. So it's about sticking on with your passion and pursuing towards achieving things.
True. So, a personal question: how did you feel when you received your first ever gold medal?
Honestly, I was really small then, and I kind of panicked because too many people were around me. But it is definitely a sense of achievement, and all the hard work pays off. And one of the happiest moment would be, when you come back to your school, or you go
True.
back home, and the appreciation you receive is what would be great to receive.
So, you are receiving your studies right now at Christ Junior College, right? So, can you tell us how it supports you to be a gymnast?
Graduate college has definitely been like one of the greatest support for my sport, and also in various other things in cases of external events. And I do get a lot of opportunities to perform on the quadrangle here, and a lot of love from everyone, all the teachers, the faculty, and everyone's really supportive.
Who's your greatest supporter? Who do you consider to be like, the backbone?
I would say my mother is my greatest supporter because she's the one I think who stood out like right from the beginning till now. Like despite of like a lot of sacrifices where I cannot be with the family on family events and stuff, my mother like has always stood with me, understands that there are other things that I want to achieve in life, and I think that she would be my greatest supporter.
Okay, so what is your message for the future aspiring gymnast?
My message would be that whatever you do, just find love and passion for whatever you do, and there's nothing like you're the best or you're the worst. There's always a chance, and it's just a push that you give, and just be kind to him.
Thank you, Rhea, for being a part of this interview. I hope that this interview helps all the future aspiring gymnasts to be a better person and pursue their career just as you did. So, do you want to conclude by saying anything?
All the best in all your future endeavors. Best success to everyone here. Thank you so much.